asks, do you believe the New Testament was written in Greek?
Of course it was written in Greek. Now, of course, we know that originally Matthew was written in Hebrew. Papias, the disciple of John who wrote the Gospel of John, stated it plainly, and it was referred to and repeated by many of the early church fathers and historians. I use church fathers in quotes on that. But they recognized and repeated that same phrase that Matthew wrote his Gospel in the Hebrew language. It was Eusebius in the 4th century who said that he saw the Hebrew Matthew in Caesarea Philippi, and he being the bishop of Caesarea on the coast, he said he saw it, but he couldn't read it. And so we know that Matthew was written originally in Hebrew, was then translated into Aramaic, and then from Aramaic was translated into Greek, and then from Greek into English. Most of the other Gospels that we have, there is another Gospel which has been located, which we're not going to can't give any information on right now, which is in Hebrew, but the information will be forthcoming as the manuscript is actually secured for in-depth study on that. And so, there's a word that has gone out a long time ago. As a matter of fact, I was a member of a particular cult that developed the IBM type ball for the Aramaic script, okay? And there was a whole team of people that their job, some of them were PhDs, their job as part of the research department is to prove that the New Testament was originally written in Aramaic. And this was the official version that you got from this ministry. However, the individual members that were part of that team said, this is what we are paid to prove. It's all hockey foddy. That the Aramaic script that we have today, such as the what am I thinking? My goodness, it'll come to me any moment. George Lamb's text, the Peshitta. The Peshitta is not even used by the Aramaic church in Jerusalem. I personally know the head Aramaic scholar of the Syrian Orthodox Church. They don't use it because they tell you plainly that the Peshitta is a Aramaic translation of a later Greek text, not even an early Greek text, but a later Greek text. And we know this because things that were added into later Greek text ends up over in the Peshitta text. And so even those who try to early date the Peshitta, it falls flat on their face because the Aramaic church will not even use it because they know it's simply a translation. And so, all this talk that's been going out there about, I think there was a plagiarized Aramaic translation out there that is being touted as the official New Testament of the Messianic movement, and it was all plagiarized. It was actually copied off the internet, adjusted in a word processor, and published. And and again, trying to prove that Aramaic was original language. PhDs on this in Israel, the Aramaic church themselves all say that no, Greek is the oldest text that we have available, and everything else sprung off that.
All right. Well,
it makes sense because Greek was the lingua franca for the entire empire. Remember, the Greek Empire went from Macedonia all the way to the Indus River, all the way down to Ethiopia. Everyone had Greek in their background thanks to Alexander the Great.